Yo, all right. So, welcome to the first podcast, and I'm not gonna even say the name of the podcast, right? All you need to know is the first of many to come, right? And we got another one, that we about to shoot right after this podcast. It's been a super busy day, but let me just make this little introduction real quick. I go by the name of Ty, aka DeleteKing850, and this is
Renee Vasquez. I'm not going to say what I'm going to rebrand into, but by the time this comes out, I think I'm going to have my new total personal brand push. Full credit guru, full just giving out sauce, giving out gems. That's going to be a key. That's going to be a little hint on what I'm going to rebrand as. But Renee.
Exactly. So, yeah, I've been had this vision for a while. Right now, we are in Miami, right? And actually, we just met, right?
That's facts.
So I just met my twin. You know what I'm saying? Brother from another mother. It's rare that you meet somebody that speaks the same language as you, like the same exact language as you. What I mean by that is like, I'm gonna break it down like this. What this podcast is gonna be about. It's pretty much what we do is we are in the consulting world, business consulting world, right? We sell information, opportunity, and money. We sell money. You know what I mean? And we have all the data points to acquire, business funding. You know what I mean? And at this point, the foundation for all of the things that we do is pretty much based in credit. And I'm just come out and say this. Credit is my religion, right? Credit is my new religion. And I say that jokingly, but for lack of better vocabulary, it's definitely more than a hobby at this point. It's an obsession. It's an obsession. It's a lifestyle. And ultimately, it's a game. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, right? We found out the game that the wealthy people have been playing this whole time. And the way we play it is pretty much we search for information. We invest in information to gather more information and more data points. And this kind of information is hard to find, information that you just can't Google, right? And then we implement that information, and then we get ahead in life without having to work a job. Right. So that's what this whole thing is about, is pretty much escaping your 9 to 5, leveraging information. And, the epiphany I've come across is like the banks are giving out money, free money, lots of money, tens and thousands of valuable, just cash, money you can use to leverage. So long story short, I can put it like this. You could work a job. You can continue to work a job. You can continue to be a slave or whatever they call it, right? And we need those workers. You know what I mean? Not everything is automated just yet. The robots are still like, you know what I'm saying? They're still getting smarter with the AI and all that. But we've come to the conclusion that we don't need a job to live a certain lifestyle, right? Because we know how to get the funds from the banks. They're literally just giving out money. So how we met is essentially through our obsession with, credit and information and learning and getting to the next level. Like I said, it's rare when you meet somebody that's on the same wavelength as you. You know what I'm saying? The same, like finish each other's sentences, for lack of better vocabulary or terms or whatever. But I mean, like, when I say something, he knows exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to these data points. When I mention somebody that's big in the space, that's big in the credit industry, or even in the consulting world, like, oh yeah, you've heard of him, I heard of him, right? Oh, you took his course? Oh, I took his course. You know what I'm saying? Information like that, just priceless. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, what we're doing today, right? We starting off this podcast, and essentially, like, I'm going to interview people that's in the same industry or people that's not in the same industry. I have a lot of conversations that are just like, I feel like they should be recorded. You know what I'm saying? They should be documented. They should be, you know what I'm saying? It's educational at the end of the day. It's motivational. It's like, I want to interview people that are way smarter than me, way richer than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to pretend to be rich on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the way up. You know what I'm saying? I can say I'm credit rich if that's a thing, if that's even a term, but I've acquired myself hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of business credit that doesn't affect my personal credit. I'm in the 800s myself, and I've been in the business consulting world for, I would say when it comes to business consulting, more than 3 years, but specifically credit, I would say, going on 2 years. And I've been financially like independent, you know what I'm saying, without a job, right? And I'm pretty much trying to teach everybody what I've been able to accomplish. Now, I'm gonna let my brother speak, right? And how he came up in this game, right? And we have a similar background, right? So how'd you even get into the business consulting world so you understand who we are?
I feel like I'm about to say your story because it's literally like parallel. Like when he says like twins almost, it's funny, like weird, like crazy funny. So I started just doing being my own boss as a videographer. That was just all I knew. I just knew how to create content, right? Mm-hmm. Which ends up leading into marketing, right? You're like, all I'm doing is making videos that look cool, but in reality, that's marketing, right? That's probably the most important part is the content. But then that led into the credit solely from me thinking like, I'm saving every penny I could. I'm saving, right? My whole mentality that my family gave me is just save. Spend as little as you can, which is still true, but also save. And I was like, this is too slow. Like I'm doing like a gig or two a week, wasting like 40 hours, 50 hours. And I was having fun with it because I loved it and I was learning. But I'm like, I'm only making 500 to 1,000 a week if I'm grinding, pushing out these videos. And I was like, nah, saving cannot be the way because I'm spending a whole month of my life to get a lens, to get a camera body that, yes, I'm using for these next gigs, and that's allowing me to charge more. But I'm like, bro, I can only do so many gigs a year. I'm like, this needs to move faster because I'm not impatient, but I know that I don't know everything. So I know that there's a better outcome somewhere out there. And I was like, what could it be? So I started looking into credit because although it's a scary space from the outside looking in because it's debt based and everyone's scared of debt, I was like, wait a minute. If I knew how to make my money back, I could take out a loan or, put something on credit because I'm like, if I can say yes to that gig because I have said lens or gear. See, like my scope of thinking was just like still on gigs only. But I was like, shoot, if I could tell him I got an A7S III and, kind of like do a little arbitrage of like say yes to that gig because I have the gear, then go get the gear, then finish the gig that pays off the gear. I'm like, shit, okay, is that credit? I'm like, yeah. So, but I didn't have any. So, and I didn't even know how to start or accelerate. And now the scope of, like you said, probably 2 years of learning the credit space, I can accelerate to 3 months to 6 months for somebody else because all the shit that I was, like you said, looking on Google, trying to find that, I thought wasn't a thing, didn't exist. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's what got me into credit was just like, again, my short-term my short way of thinking. But the concept of like vouching for myself, going and multiplying, with that credit based purchase and then making my money back and using it to the advantage. So literally when I was in the freelancing space with videography, that's how I got into it. And then it slowly went from, I talk about like Graham Stephan or like Meet Kevin, like the 1 million views, 2 million views videos that talk about like the basics of credit, like the secured Capital One credit card that everyone wants to get for $500 limit, and that just makes their foundation so just garbage. I'm gonna say it right now. That's the shit that you do not want to do. Not that it's wrong, but that's you're not investing in yourself. You're paying for free info, so you're gonna get what you pay for, and it's not the way. But now, with what we know, wouldn't you say you could?
Yo, I feel like look. You're on my website. You're gonna see 20K is just a few clicks away.
Literally,
I can probably do it every week. Like, what I'm saying? That's what I mean by they're literally giving out money. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see a headline of a bank getting robbed, I'm like, bruh, they'll give it to you. Facts. You just gotta be a trustworthy individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, You just got to fix your credit, and I swear to you,
Gotta be
they
credible.
will give it to you. This is comedically easy. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy at the point where it's just like, once you improve your credit and you get it to where it needs to be, I call it, 720 in the club, 720 club and above. You know what I mean? You get you in the 700 club, you good to go. It's all green lights from there. You know what I'm saying? And you just manage your inquiries. And speaking of inquiries, you can switch the screen real quick. You know what I'm saying? I literally just got some more results today from a happy client of mine. What's up, bro? I just got the update. So I got 15 inquiries deleted. That's great. I would like to schedule a time for us to do a quick Zoom to go over everything and see what's next. Man, listen, switch back. Listen, I'm about to get him 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? His credit was already on point. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about that. You know what I'm saying? I was using, to get those results, I was using the methods that I know worked for me. You know what I'm saying? Over and over and over again, right? And I meet this guy. He's like, nah, you've been doing it wrong. I'm like, yo, word. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and not wrong because it was working, but there's always a better way.
There's always a better way, guys. And that's the thing. That's why I'm doing this podcast. It's like, I know what I'm gonna call it. I ain't gonna drop the name right now. I might drop the name, but I don't want to have to edit this video. The goal, right, what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and do these podcasts without editing them, and it's gonna be super raw. I think that's like the purest form of a podcast where it's one take. You know what I'm saying? We literally flew down here to Miami to get the best views. You know what I'm saying? We're down the street from Miami, but man, it's lit down here. So the production is going to be on point. But the whole point of this, right? I'm going to interview and discuss, have conversations, intellectual conversations with people that are way above my level. And then I'm going to bring on as many people that I can that are not on my level. Like a live consultation on how and we're going to talk about reaching down and trying to pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because we had that discussion earlier, too. It's like, you got to be careful. I feel like I'm ashy. I'm trying to have my hands low-key. So I should have got some. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying? Go from ashy to clashy. It's all good. But anyways, like I was saying, like, I feel like I want to, because I have conversations with my brothers all the time about why they should fix their credit, and they dragging their feet. You know what I'm saying? My own brothers, I'm trying to tell them, like, and I see them going to work. I see them driving like 16-hour days for Uber, or working the warehouses, or even if they're freelancing like me. You know what I'm saying? When I say we have the same background, it's like we've been doing this 10 years in the creative space, content creation, videos, you know what I'm saying? Videography, cinematography, or whatever you want to call it. But I literally... All right, let me finish one point before I move on to the next. That's how my brain works. And I'm going to give y'all a heads up. I talk fast, and I realize, you know what? That's just me. I talk fast. And if you want to get the real sauce, you know what I'm saying? At the end of this podcast, I'll show you how to do it. You can tap in with me. You can DM me, and we can book something more official, because I do consultations. You know what I'm saying? I do...
I be giving too much away in the DMs for free, bro.
Exactly.
The consultations...
We do, and we got more content coming out when we talked about like how much our consultations should cost, should be, and all that. But like I said, I'm gonna make 3 points right now in a row. Right, I'm gonna reach down to the youngins that haven't yet come across the epiphany that I've come across, that money is technically free. America runs on debt. You know what I'm saying?
Not Duncan.
Yo, wait till I print the shirts. Yo, I'm going to leak that idea. Y'all better not see it. Yo, I'm going to leak that idea because that's how my brain works. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
but
go
before this comes out, it's going to be printed out.
All right.
Anyways, America runs on debt. Feel me? America runs on debt. Like, this is the name of the game, right? And the more you figure out, this is a joke. Like, this paper money. Like, because I remember when I was back in the warehouses, you know what I'm saying? And I was just dreaming of the day that I had 10K.
That you could save for 10K.
No, just, sitting in my account. Like the 5-digit, I was trying to cross over. I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting for the day I could see 10K before I quit my job and go on that 90-day sprint of chasing my dreams. You know what I'm saying? That was the vision. That was the goal. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, the conversations that I'm having is just like, I've always felt since I was a child, $1 million is not a lot of money. So I was like beyond like poor, broke. You know what I'm saying? And I just couldn't figure it out. It's just something that was above my comprehension. You know what I'm saying? Until I got into credit and I realized what it actually is. Like, you know, until I figured out what an entrepreneur is. Until I figured out like you can be independent. So like I said, the first point that I was making, I'll reach down to whoever. Age don't got nothing to do with it because I often talk to people that are way older than me and they have no idea what credit is and they're not even financially literate. Maybe they've just been sleepwalking their whole life and they work a job, they hate their job or whatever. Right? I'm going to reach down to those people and try and get as many of them I can on this podcast. And essentially, we gonna have those epiphanies live, documented, and we're gonna be like, yo, the bank is giving out free money. Those are the questions you're gonna hear often. Hey, what would you do if somebody handed you $30,000 cash? What would you do? For free. And when I say for free, guess what? There's strings attached because that's the first thing people are gonna think. Well, what's the catch? Yeah, there is a catch. You know what I'm saying? It's a limited amount of time. But it's technically, if you do what you got to do with it, multiply it, put it back where it came from. But for 1 year, your billionaire best friend told you, hey, here, take 30K, flip it, do whatever. We're going to have those conversations, right? And then I think you're always going to hear me ask you.
I hate interrupting.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That concept. Literally, you just need to have friends that know what to do with the money. Literally, you need to have connections. That if you had a rich person walk up to you, I always use this example. Mm-hmm. Here's 100K. You got 15 months. I just need my 100K back. That's it. That's what the banks are doing.
Literally. It clicked in my head like, I need to build a relationship with the bank. All the money is there. Man, I don't know how much I'm going to, because I've had this podcast idea for so long, and that's why I'm talking so fast, because there's just so much.
Right.
So much that, that I'm about to drop. So it's like this concept, like, two things about the bank that's ironic. This is how much of a joke this whole money game is, right? If you notice, sometimes I walk into the bank, their bank vault is wide open. I don't know if it's the bank vault for show or whatnot, but the big, like, that weighs tons, like the big heavy joint, it's wide open. Not for you to rob, but just like I'm picking up on the subliminals, right? And another thing that I notice as well, peep this. Y'all probably ain't noticed this, right? But you probably heard your money is depreciating when you sit it in the bank, right? Peep this next time you go to the bank. There's going to be some candy on the countertops. What type of candy? Suckers. Because suckers leave their money in the bank to rot and depreciate. They laughing at you.
They saying you sweet.
They laugh. The sucker. They literally, every bank I go to, I got 12 bank accounts. Every bank I go to, there's always suckers on the counter. Hey, you want a sucker? Sucker. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. And then, what I'm saying, 720 in the club, 720 and above club. Hey, by the way, you're pre-approved. You want some money for free? It comes in the form of plastic, but 12 months, do what you got to do. Flip that, bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Keep the change. You know what I'm saying? And if your credit ain't right, on your way to fixing your credit, then educate yourself on how to fix it and then investing into some mentorship. You know what I'm saying?
Sell that. It's your first business right there. That you're a living testimony of your own business.
That's what I'm doing. Like my own business, this whole DeleteKing850 thing is based on my results. Yeah, I have people to help me. That I train. The people that help me in my business, they're smarter than me. We getting the results like I just showed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got what's the next step? Business, We focus on business funding, to be specific. Business funding, 0% business funding, $250,000 business funding. These are results I've achieved myself. So that's why when I speak on my IG lives, when I speak, that's why I'm confident. It's not no regurgitated theory. I'm not just repeating some stuff I heard on YouTube. It's more so like I've done it and through trial and error. And I still got way more to go. way more to go. I've done the way. So I'm gonna get more into his story because like we gonna keep this going anyways. I got so much on my mind that I'm just trying to vomit.
We'll probably come back and do another one,
because I gotta make it the Brickle and interview an exotic car owner right now. He has a whole fleet of vehicles, a whole warehouse. You know what I'm saying? We networking with entrepreneurs, right? I wanna, if we had enough time, I'll tell you what we did today, and I'd even show the footage. But I'm gonna probably do that while he's talking. I'm gonna try and see if I can bring up the footage of what we was actually up to today. But long story short, like I said, 3 things we're gonna do. We're gonna bring on people that's maybe they're not as financially literate, and then we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, enlighten them. And then the third thing we're gonna do is pretty much, I'm gonna bring on the people that are 10 times more successful and knowledgeable than me. Right. And then I'm gonna be in the seat where I'm getting educated and learning, because there's always another level to this. You know what I'm saying?
The viewers gonna be in the same seat practically, because they get to tune in.
So you can talk a little bit more about your background. I'm saying we both were content creators. You know what I'm saying? How many years would you say you have under your belt in forms of like dealing with the camera and editing and all that?
I was doing free videos and $50 videos all through high school. So that ended up being my lane, was the video stuff. And it started out with doing videos instead of doing essays, because I was like, honestly, what else is there I can do? Because I was good at English and stuff, but I was like, if I could just do something else that's cool, let me just do that. Plus, I like making people laugh. It was an art to me. It was fun. So, I thought you were telling me to stop.
No. I really I should have just got some Vaseline. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
so all of high school, I was just doing it for literally free, and for my school and just for businesses, literally for free. Just building they call it portfolio, building my exposure and whatnot. I was doing it just because I was like, I'm not confident enough to charge. So how do you even the playing field? You just don't charge, right? Until you're confident. So did that for 14, 15, 16. When I was 17, I'm a little young, so when I was 17, graduated high school, and I was at that point doing more sports. So I was doing basketball and football, just because I had buddies that were still in high school and they were moving on to college. So I was just filming the games after I was done with my sports, and then that translated into going down to Venice Beach. I remember that. That was I went to Venice Beach literally for a music video for my homie Justin, and the CEO of Venice Ball, which is like a summer league that does like basketball at the Venice Beach courts. He was there, and we basically networked with him real quick, and he was like, yo, come do like a little internship over the summer and film for me. And so that was my first like social media manager job without actually knowing what the fuck I was doing. I was literally just like, I'm making content that's cool and we're posting it, right? No ads, no marketing strategy. It was just me telling a story and making cool stuff. And that was probably the most growth that they had ever over the summer. I had grown them like 30 or 40K followers organically. We ran 0 ads. It was straight up viral like moments that I was capturing and stories I was telling through the videos. And then after that, I started literally, obviously that's a great platform to have, is a growing page with your credits on every, post. And that's when Ball is Life reached out to me, the owner, or not the owner, but one of the major people in Ball is Life was at the courts, because obviously basketball, it's a small world in LA. So Arik, he basically hit me up and was just like, yeah, your stuff's cool. And I knew how to nurture relationships and just bring value to people. So I was just, keeping that relationship open. And I think I snuck into a donation game. Like, it was a celebrity charity event. Who was doing it? I think it was a Mayweather event. And who else? It was another big celebrity that was running it. But anyways, I got there and Ball is Life wasn't there. And he was like, oh, you were there? I was like, yeah. You need the footage? I was like, I'm here, just $100, just Venmo me. He's like, oh yeah, bro. And then by, just, it's the same concept I do today, which is like, go above and beyond, try to provide value, and then keep like improving and learning. So when I did that, I showed to him, I wasn't just like a whatever kid. Like I was not just a fan. I wasn't just, honestly, because I didn't know too much about basketball. Like Ball's Life was not as big of a deal to me at the time than it was to my other homies who were in basketball. But basically, I was like, I get it. It's a good platform. I don't care if I get $100 or I would have done it for free. I would have given it anyways. But just that concept of like over providing led to the film in like 2017, 2018, just taking off in the sports world. And I was just getting gigs from Bleacher Report, Slam Magazine. I worked with Sierra Canyon over like that year, that one time, Oakland Soldiers. I was meeting, everybody's up and coming, like, college or high school hero, and just filming and traveling and doing shit. And so, but I was still, the credit game, I was non-existent. So I wish somebody would have said, yo, you got these good gigs and you got this network that's brewing. Why don't you inject a little credit to your situation and go get the top of the line gear and take off? And I had a Canon 80D the whole time. No color profiles. No, I was like 60p, 1080. Cool. I shot videos for Quavo. I did the whole thing with Legends when we ran that event with Quavo, and it was Snoop Dogg and everybody was there. I got up with so little, and I was like, man, if only I had. That's the one thing I always, not regret, because I could just go back into the space and kill it right now. But I'm like, I wish somebody would have told young me to get a mentor, literally, to even pay for one. But working with cash and not credit, it's kind of hard to justify that, because I'm working off, me thinking in money in terms of time, and I'm like, dang, I got, in a week.
Switch to the screen. You want?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So
that's keep talking.
That's my film page, but all this, literally everything on there was with the Canon 80D, and just some hustle and knowing how to tweak the colors and tweak the quality to get what I needed to get. So again, the principle of working with what I had and just over delivering. And everything on there, I was not getting paid, bro. I was literally, working. I was just getting my name out there. And, I would get travel covered. I'd get $50, $100. And then at the peak of my career, I was doing I did an episode for $3,000 for Ball is Life with travel included and all that. And I don't really like giving rates out, but it's crazy to me that $3,000 for maybe what ended up being 2 weeks or a month of work was such a big deal to me. And now I can go get $3,000 in a day, and I could go get 3,000 profit in a day. But I was just like, that's my lane, that was my skill, and I worked as much as I could with that skill, which to me was get my name out there. And it did box me in mentally, because I thought, this is the thing I'm good at, I have to stick to it, because otherwise I have to start over doing something else, and then start saving, right? Working so slow with something else. And I just didn't have the right guidance. But that was my story. Literally taking that skill that started off in high school, taking it to the top, per se, if you're in the entertainment space and what you would call, living in LA and working with influencers and celebrities and whatnot, athletes and rappers. I did exactly what I wanted to do, what I thought the goal was. But then once I realized I'm doing this thing all wrong, for one, being a one-man band, but also working off of my own cash and not thinking bigger, in bigger moves at a time. I just decided to pull out, literally, of the whole scene, because one, I had the crazy naive confidence to think that I can always jump back in at the same level, which I literally still have. I know I could jump back in and kill shit right now, and I will, literally, later in 2022. But my idea was, I need to learn something, because no one is going to provide me the hacks that I need when they're paying me to stay at the level that I'm at. No one's going to influence you to start charging them more. So Ball is Life, is not going to say, hey, I would have paid you $6,000 for that one video. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's a homie and some bridge is now he can say it without worrying about it. Mm-hmm. Why would they do it?
Exactly.
Why would the manager of, the Migos say, oh, I would have paid you 5 times as much, or oh, I would have just covered everything that you just paid for on your own, or they're gonna keep you at that level because you're serving them a purpose. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's no bad blood about that.
Exactly.
But you gotta
the business. You gotta pretty much
put that upon yourself.
You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those situations where closed mouths don't get fed. It's like you learn this the hard way, where you start upping your price. And then they keep saying yes. Oh, and some of the clients, they'll just, no problem, boom, and they'll just sell it right there. And maybe I should have been charging this.
And then you go,
hey, how about I don't charge less than this from now on, because I didn't know that was gonna work. But yeah, I'm a cheap try, and then like your time becomes more valuable, and then you lose patience for the cheaper gigs, and it's just like, well, I could shoot a dozen videos this month, or I could shoot 4 and still pay my bills, but I'll have, the quality will be way better because now I have, I'm
the
setting
budget.
1 week per video, and I'm editing, I'm sleeping and waking up whenever I want to, but I'm going to put my heart into this one video instead of like I have 13 people to answer to. You know what I'm saying? Like less clientele, but higher quality clientele,
Which makes you look better, which means you can charge more.
Exactly.
It's just a snowball effect, but you didn't have no mentor right behind you going, charge more.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It was rough trial and error, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm watching my homies like go through the same thing, like, oh, how much should I be charging? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I be trying to like.
It's how much do you value your time?
Yeah.
I don't know. The market will tell you yes or no. So if you're trash, you're not going to get your prices off at least as consistently. Because I've seen some trash people get the prices off and be like, damn, they charging twice as much as me and they suck.
Yeah, like, one thing I learned to do is just start asking, hey, what's your budget?
Facts.
So what's your budget?
But then they do this. They go, well, how
much you charge?
What's your rate?
I'm gonna pull up that video that
we got like
I showed you the other day. But
it's like a standoff.
Yeah. Keep going. But I'm gonna see if I can find that video. What's your budget?
I don't do that no more. I do not. I say, what is your
budget?
How
you go about it? How can people go about it moving forward? Like,
I would say, what is your budget range? So I give them a little bit of leeway to say a low and a high. But what I think they're thinking is, I'm just gonna pick the high just because if they say 10,000, I'm gonna go with 10,000, right? If they say 5 to 10, they think I'm gonna jump to 10. So what I do at this point is I don't hide the whole process of the expenses and what I plan to use the money on, and I say, you know what? Let's do this little accounting together. Okay, your budget, you say, is 5. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now that the studio is gonna be 500. The gear is going to be 500 to rent. The set designer, the lighting, the this and that. So look at that $5,000 budget you had that you thought was going into my pocket is $4,500 in expenses. I'm getting $500 out of this.
Bro, this whole weekend
you see what I'm saying?
Was like sponsored by, it's a gig that I got on Saturday, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, the sound and the audio was like way more than I budgeted for. I'm like, am I gonna make some money on this? I mean, I'm having a good time in Miami,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, damn, like whole time I'm thinking like it came up a few thousand. I'm just like,
it ain't all profit.
But shit, yeah, I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta fly out the photographer. I gotta fly out the sound guy, and I gotta fly out the guy to do the live streaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the tickets. I'm using some of my credit card points for the first time. I'm like, you know what? I'm using some of these points. I gotta bring the cost down. I gotta make sure I deliver too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta rent out this stuff. You know what I'm saying? In a whole nother state. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that's what I asked them. Hey, what's their budget? But yeah, the best clientele, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You tell them your price, and they understand they get what they pay for. This is a funny clip that I'm gonna play because it's just like I was just bored on the plane with no Wi-Fi, and I found this clip from a minute ago. It's probably 2 years old, back from my editing days. But if the audio is gonna play correctly, just watch it through because it's a perfect example. Somebody literally did a skit, and then wait, put one more time. Somebody literally did a skit on Instagram, and I had that same real life experience in real life. And it was hilarious. It was just hilarious. I'm gonna play to see if the audio works. Nope, audio's not working. Hold on 1 second. I gotta bring this all the way up.
The audio's coming in through here.
Okay, it's cool.
It's good? Oh, y'all can hear it? Oh, I can't hear it, but it's hilarious.
Oh, it is.
So what's your budget? I mean, how much you charging? Like,
it depends on the artist. It depends on the budget. I go by budget. It depends on like $150. See with me? Oh God. Okay. That's my deposit is a minimum like.
Now I start at $95 per hour to shoot and $500 flat rate fee for editing.
For the deposit. Because I've been doing it for a minute. I've been doing it for a minute. You know what I mean?
500 to a band.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah. But I gotta see now. I gotta see now. So for the lower budget, I had them shoot shoot it and I make sure of it. You know what I mean?
They say the same shit every time.
Yeah, that's literally.
It's the type of client though, because I used to think it was the industry. No, it's the client you're talking to, right? Because a farm or a hedge fund is gonna say, "Oh, that's it, 2,500. Okay, here I sent the check already."
I swear that
well, what camera you got? What does it matter what camera I got? You like my work or not?
Exactly. Let me fast forward a couple of years to this consulting. I'm gonna tell you something. Like the clients that do the one-time payment option, I got different options. You know what I'm saying? I got different options for phase one. If we we got to build out your stuff and get you and improve your credit worthiness. You know what I'm saying? I got different options. The one-time payment, I really try to encourage that. Let me tell you why. Cause the ones that's trying to pay the least amount, you know what I'm saying? Like them the ones to do the chargebacks. And let me tell you something. Like, let me tell you how a chargeback even happens in the first place. I'm talking within the first 30 days. It's like zero patience. It's like, so here's the ironic part about it. You're dealing with people that have a hard time paying their bills, or they just choose not to pay their bills, or like, they you know what I'm saying, a bunch of late payments or don't payment. Hey, like, and then we're trying to help them fix that situation so they don't make mistakes moving forward. But then again, like, they want to stop paying the bills and they want to stop paying for their credit monitoring, so that it's like we can't pull the report, and now there's issues, and now we can't like do what we got to do, and then they want to do the chargeback. They selected the cheaper option. It's not the cheaper option. It's more expensive if you want to do the payment plan.
It's cheaper now.
But it's like if you have to do the pay, you know what I'm saying? The payment plan, you pay for like 6 to 8 months or whatever, and we get you on the payment plan. But it's the ones that, and then those are the same ones that they'll hit me up 3 days. Like, hey, how's it going? What are the results? I'm like, we just got started. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Like they will wake you up early in the morning. They'll be like, hey, I paid the other day. Like, what's going on? What's the results? You know what I'm saying? The expectations aren't even real. It's a whole different level of clientele. So what I tell people that do the same thing that I do, I'm like, look, y'all complaining about like even when I got started in this business, my mentors, they had like 30,000 pending in their back office. I probably shouldn't make this public information, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? You need somebody to manage these people that are making these monthly payments. That's why I just prefer, like, I try to make my service not too expensive, but it's not too cheap, because I know the type of clientele that I want to work with. I'm not dealing with people that they just want to buy a house or a car or some frivolous, like some consumer item. I'm dealing with strictly people that want to build a business, that want business credit, that want to get this money, this free money, 100 racks at least. You know what I'm saying? That's my dream clientele that I'm serving. That's who I'm really serving. The only reason I really got phase one is for the people that don't qualify for phase two, which is the business funding. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, it's like, man, the payment plans, I got a solution for that now. Now, what I do for the payment plan, we got the payment plan, but it's going to report on your credit. You know what I'm saying? You can get, if you need a free trade line and you want to improve your credit worthiness, guess what?
I'm about to do the same. We
can set you up with the payment plan, and it's gonna be the same as a credit card. And you gotta make that monthly payment on time, whether you feel like it or not. Kind of. Otherwise, it could negatively affect your credit report the same way a credit card would. So if you want to do the financing option, we offer financing for everything that I offer. You know what I'm saying? Down to phase one, phase two. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's $1,500 or $5,000, I can go up to $20,000 and finance you, but you just gotta make those payments on time. I have a service and a company that helps me finance people, and it adds a positive trade line to your report. So if you're trying to build your credit, I can literally put a trade line on your credit if you choose to do the payment plan option, and then it's up to you. Just make your minimum payments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can get real creative with it, but it's just like, on top of improving your credit worthiness, I'm adding a positive trade line to what's most likely a thin credit profile or like a weak credit report. I'm giving you an opportunity to do something similar to like Credit Strong or, Self Lender, you know what I'm saying? By paying for a service that I will provide to improve your credit even more. So, you know what I'm saying? Those clients that they just send over the one-time payment, it's like I never hear from them. And I gotta follow up. They're just getting like the like results you just seen earlier. You know what I'm saying? One-time payment. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you got the results. And now, hey, what's the next step? But the cheaper clients, the one you hear from the most, more management. And it goes the same way for, I would assume every industry, but I just know the cinematography life, yeah, cheaper clients.
Very similar. I mean, I talk to people that run other businesses like brick and mortar businesses. Like if there's girls that run a hair salon, they're always saying that the cheap clients, the ones they give deals to, are the ones that come back in and say, oh, you messed this part up. Can I sit down real quick and just da-da-da-da-da? And then the ones that are charging the premiums at the high foot traffic spots with all the rich people or whatever, they're like never complaining for some reason. So you filter out your type of client with the price. And you got to just know that you're worth that. And if you're not, then go do some more cheap work so you can find your quality control and then go up, literally go up, because it's a self-worth thing. You got to feel like, because a lot of times we like in the beginning, you might be like, shit, I don't know if I could charge for that. When there's
I don't think that feeling's going to go away. Some people is making so much money right now that they can't even believe it. And they just like, I don't know if that trial and error feeling when charging somebody is going to really go away.
I want to know where it comes from, because then you can fix the problem, right? Because if it comes from internal, it's like, why do you not feel like it? Why don't you feel like you're still giving them a steal?
Right. Because let me tell you something, right? I was talking to him last night about how much I'm charging for my mastermind group, right? So I'm gonna try and sum my mind is like going
I know.
3 different directions. But let me try and summarize this, right? So long story short, like, I'm getting some clients and I'm getting some people in my mastermind group, and I'm trying to avoid the word mentorship because I really want to, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people that's in the group they're not all starting from square one. They're not idiots. They're not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anybody that joins the mentorship is an idiot. It's the wrong vocabulary. But let me let me explain it like this. Some of the people in the group, they can come from other group or other network situations that are just as smart as me. So and I'm gonna have guest speakers, whatever. Just I feel more comfortable calling them mastermind, but you're pretty much it's just one-on-one mentorship. Long story short, that's the best way to define it. Where you get access to me, right, for a few $1,000s or whatever. But I'm getting like a few hand-selected people that's dead serious, people that hopped in my DM and they want to get involved. They want to learn from me. All my data points, like all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not holding nothing back, so you can literally follow what I did to get hundreds and thousands in business credit, Long story short, how do I set my price on that? Well, hey, somebody already agreed to pay X amount. I made a flyer that's less than X amount already. And I was like, I gotta like switch that flyer because this person kind of agreed to a higher price.
It's really
so
honestly.
that like them people, like the few people that already signed up, that I can't like post the cheaper price all of a sudden. Right. So now I gotta step up to the plate and stand on it. Like I already got I got you know what I'm saying, a couple dozen people in at X price. I can't now go back and say like, hey, that same thing that all these people just paid for. It's really, I'm just more comfortable like charging a little bit less, but it's like
it's obviously worth more.
It's obviously worth more. Somebody found the value. Now I just got to find 100 more people to find to really see that same value. Because at the end of the day, like exactly 6 hours ago, we were at a group of real estate investors that literally made $600,000 last month, right, from selling their information, right, on weekly Zoom calls, live Zoom calls, like mentorship programs. And the month before that, they did $1 million in a month, right? That's, what I'm saying, that's who we're down here in Miami with networking with. The people that are selling information, and regardless how you feel about it morally, you know what I'm saying, even though universities have been doing this for years, literally. Selling information and courses is the fastest online business. I never wanted to view myself as one of them gurus, but it's like, are you going to sit on the sidelines? You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it with integrity and if you're a genuine person and you're not really scamming, if you got something of value, if you can really teach somebody, if you know what I'm saying. Here's the thing. Long story short, I'm gonna wrap this up. I post all my results on social media, so I know, like, look, social media results can be manipulated to look like something and it's not. But all I can say is, like, you shouldn't be getting mentorships for people that can't show you the results that you want. When I say receipts, what I'm like, you can't learn from people that don't literally have exactly what you want. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what you want, or some version of what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's how to really avoid. And we're going to have a whole separate podcast on the charlatans or whatever. And I might make a whole sub podcast playlist exposing some people, or it's just what I'm saying, like literally calling out some people. I'm burning some bridges. I don't care. It's like how to avoid the people that's really capping out here on the internet. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is be my best self and offer as much value, because I just know, like, there's many different ways to really live the lifestyle I want. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to get rich off of, you know, people on their last dimes. You know what I'm saying? I had this screenshot. Somebody gave me their last $100 for a consultation. I didn't even ask him to send me that, but it was just like, yeah, I'm up to something. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, look, I'm starting a mastermind and I'm getting people into the door. You know what I'm saying? And the price is going to be the price. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even about the price. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the phase 1 that I offer and restoring people and helping people with their credit situation. It's like, I tell my clients all the time, I'm more in it for the results. Like, I got other streams, you know what I'm saying? Like the money is just like, I got staff, you know, I got expenses, I got bills, I got marketing, I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's currency. It's showing your side of the investment. Trust is a two-way street. It's literally that paper money, this real cash money. It comes with a certain energy. It's just,
especially when you still, and this is why I respect everybody that does pay for information, because I know when your time is still so connected to your money, right? When you see a Chipotle burrito and you think of, that's 45 minutes of my life. When you're still in that mode, it's so much bigger of a deal to pay $5,000 for a mentorship, because I know that they're thinking that's X amount of hours of my life, right? That's a big deal. Exactly. But that's the same concept we're trying to get rid of with this information. So I just know how big of a deal it is, and I get it. Like, all the people that are you know, the lower end clients, and like you said, like people giving their last or whatever. Like, if you trust in what you're gonna get out of it, because you know it's gonna literally infinite return. I'm talking about the time saved and the value that you can go actually apply, like the next day or the same day. Like, you're giving them a steal. They just don't know it yet because it hasn't been communicated, maybe, right? So, but the people that get it because they know. That's why I'll throw $3,000 at a course, or, you know, $1,000 to sit down with somebody for a week or two or whatever. Because I'm like, bro, I'm about to go. Literally, if I make 10 racks off the information, I feel like I stole from them, because I'm like, yo, I only paid you $1,000. I got this skill forever.
Exactly. I know I got a skill that keeps me so, like, confident in my situation where I know I'll never work a job again. I just know too much. Here's the thing. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a lady right now. She has like 4 or 5 Airbnbs, and I was just like, all right, so what's the worst part about it? What do you hate about it? What worries you and keeps you up about it? I'm like, yo, it's cake. That shit is easy. I was like, really? Nah, tell me what's the worst case scenario I gotta be aware of. And then my mentor hopped in, he's driving. He's like, bro, look, everybody manages their money for the down seasons, but I'm telling you, worst case scenario, you're breaking even. There's nothing to worry. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I said that to say, what was I saying? What was the point we was making? I lost my train of thought. Definitely lost my train of thought.
We both got probably ADD, but I'm not diagnosing myself.
I'm not diagnosing myself either. It's just my mind works a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk fast. And listen, I'm gonna talk fast on purpose. Probably years of listening to people like Philip DeFranco. And then every YouTube video, audiobook, I'm always playing on 3 times speed.
Same.
And another thing that I do is, like, I'm self-conscious of it. I hate wasting people's time.
That too. I think
like
time.
You can never refund somebody's time. You can never get time back. So when the clock is ticking and I'm trying to drop some information, trying to educate somebody, I might speak a little fast. And at the end of the day, it's because I ain't trying to waste no time. I'm trying to get to the point. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm aware of that every single conversation. It's like I'm looking in the mirror like I am right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally looking at this big screen TV that we can see our image on.
Yeah.
And you can see the reflection.
Yeah,
but look, I hate wasting people's time, so I talk fast. But like I said, if you got to tune in with me for some one-on-one, that's available. Hit the DM. That's available, you know. But yeah, even with him, he does consultations, and he got the fee for the consultation.
I had the same situation that I had as a videographer happen with the consultations, because I was like, people was literally like, bro, let me pay you. I just need to sit down with you and ask you these questions, and I'm like, okay, all right. And it went so well, dude, you know, tripled his money before he got up, and I was like, okay, let me ask around. How much should I charge for a consultation? I just did one for $150. I posted it on my story. People said $5K. I was like, you tripping. I'm like, but the info is really worth that. So then I was like, let me do something more reasonable, right? Someone said 500. I said, all right, I'll do 500. Someone booked it for 500. I'm like, so who told me, you know, like in my head that I wasn't worth 150 or whatever, right? And the only reason I went up was because I had so many bookings for 150. I was like 6 bookings a day. I'm like, yo, I can't even handle this. Cause I'm saying like, you know, that's like tuning into somebody else's life situation 6 times a day. Like, I could do it because I know like all this info is like a utility belt. I know exactly what to do for that person's situation. But I was like, same thing. I only have so much time. So up the price. Literally, I was like, how is my information now worth 5 times more? Just because the market validated it and I knew it, but I just wasn't like confident enough to charge for it. But it's priceless at the end of the day. Because if you only had an hour and say that was my last hour I spent with you, how much would it be worth? Because I know to me, it would be priceless. It'd be worth billions. My last hour, right?
Exactly.
Or my last hour out of my last 24 hours, right? What, you going to tell me that that's not worth at least 500, right? Let alone, I'm giving you the information to go literally make it, or 3 times that. And I always tell people, I want to get you your money back before we get off the table. So if you don't trust me, you shouldn't even be trying to pay me.
Exactly.
And if you don't trust yourself, you shouldn't even be paying for info because you're gonna waste it.
Exactly.
But man, that's a big discussion, and like every industry has that.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And how I can wrap this up is like I would say if I can go back in time, I only had 30 seconds to talk to the middle school version of me. I would fix your credit first. You know what I'm saying? Yo, just focus on credit and figure out how to do marketing and advertising. You know what I'm saying? But just go to the banks. Younger than 18, obviously it'd be hard to open up all these credit cards and whatever. But focus on credit. Figure out how to fix people's credit. Focus on credit. That. If I can only say one word, you know how Flash in the Batman movie, he went back to Batman. He was like, what did he say? I don't even remember what he said, but he just said that one word. And he just woke up from that nightmare. If I can go back in time, correct, and I had one word, credit, and I go back to the future, and I'm gonna wrap it up like that. And I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all can follow this podcast and follow me. Like I said, DeleteKing850. It's that simple. DeleteKing850 on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on .com. DeleteKing850.com. Everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can follow me. Like and subscribe this video. You know what I'm saying? Share this video wherever I end up posting it. I'll probably make a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably make a Snapchat. But yeah, DeleteKing850.com. Like I said, these are one-take videos. We might not drop no graphics, no nothing down here. We just letting you know how to follow us because, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep this going. Now we got to run down to Brickle to interview some more people and give you some more content. You know what I'm saying? And then he's about to rebrand, but he going to tell you how to follow him as well. You know what I'm saying?
At the moment right now, I mean, you'll probably be able to find it through him when we update on the description. But right now it's Renee Vasquez 44, RENE, 4 letters. But yeah, man, just like he's doing and he's in the process of doing right now, for me, the rebrand is coming and I'm going to be giving out all the information in a way where I can literally say this is worth 10 times more, 100 times more than what I would ever charge for it. And I wish that I found that, you know, when I was in the position of like looking from the outside in.
Switch to the screen just so,
so
they know where they can follow us. Since I ain't gonna edit this, you know what I'm saying? Since I ain't gonna edit this video and it's gonna be a one take, you know what I'm saying? My growth, you know what I'm saying? I'm literally rebranding. I'm growing my Instagram page. So this is literally where you guys can follow us. Wait. I gotta go to your stuff right now.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
I got some
he
gems.
Low key, but you know the stories is fire.
Yeah,
you know, so you might learn something. Gang got the LLC. You know what I'm saying? We posting results.
All day.
Every day. Credit tips. You know what I'm saying? If this will load, what's wrong with my Wi-Fi? But you know what I'm saying? Check out the stories. This is nothing that we gotta, you know what I'm saying, make up. We're only posting results. Stuff that we live by. You know what I mean?
I put some next level stuff on my story. That's consumer law.
Consumer
I
law.
put that. That's a joke. I be funny on my stories too. But you can check out. Yeah, put the credit one. That's like some testimonials in there. Cause since no, that's Hawaii.
Lifestyle.
Go move on. Let me see.
You know, we might as well. You know, shameless plugs.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Just look around there.
Definitely some shameless plugs. But let me see. Man, because here's the thing. I was watching his stories and I was like, oh man, it's my long lost brother.
Facts, huh?
Where did he, you know what I'm saying? Where did he come from? I want to show y'all the results. The lifestyle cool and all.
Yeah.
We got the credit tips, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, this is my brother from another mother, yo. We both getting results. We both on the same thing. You gotta find people that's on the same thing as you. And you're saying, and you know that clip that went viral recently. Find out who you can trust and take them to the top. Take your team to the top. You know what I mean? 800 club and above. You know what I mean? This is no cap. All right, I gotta wrap this up because we gotta run a brickle. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Like and subscribe. Hit the button at the bottom. And appreciate y'all. Peace.